Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Hope you all are doing good. In my last video on Australia, I had taken you to Westfield Tower and from there we were supposed to go to the Sea Aquarium and Bondi Beach. In this video you are going to get a virtual tour of the underwater aquarium and Bondi Beach. So let's go.
Hey friends, as I told in my last video that out of the 4-in-1 packages, so you can select either 2, 3 or 4. So I selected Sydney Sea Aquarium apart from Westfield Tower. And so here in Sydney Sea Aquarium you will find a lot of similarity with the one that is there at Singapore. So if you have already visited Singapore and if you have been to Singapore Sea Aquarium, so this is redundant for you. So you may look for the other options, Madame Tussauds or the wildlife zoo, but for me it was new, so I opted for Sydney Sea Aquarium. So for getting there you have to walk down to Darling Harbour, so which is around 1.5 kilometer from Westfield Tower. And as I told you last time, if you are at Australia and if you want to explore Australia, walking is the best option for you. So once you reach at the Darling Harbour, and then you can take the stairs to go downstairs, and then you will enter the Sea Aquarium. So at the entry gate you show your pass, and so they will stamp it and then you get in. So be mindful about some of the etiquettes at Sea Aquarium. So you can take pictures as many as you want, and you can take the video, but you have to keep your flashlight off throughout. And if you by mistake, if you switch on your flashlight and if someone catches you, so you will end up paying a very big penalty. So it is for obvious reason, right? I mean, if our eyes are sensitive to flashlight, so similarly the sea creatures are also too sensitive to flashlight. So please follow this etiquette. And so once you start, so it's like a tunnel, so we will be mesmerized. I mean, so you will see sharks are passing by, a lot of sea creatures, and as you go deep inside, so there are different sections. So for different types of sea creatures, and it's not only about sea creatures, you will see a lot of flora and fauna under the sea. And there are places, okay, so you would have heard about Great Barrier Reef, right? And so that is world famous coral collection under the sea. So for getting to Great Barrier Reef, I mean, you have to go to Cairns, and from there, so there are cruises, so that takes you to Great Barrier Reef. So in this particular Sea Aquarium, what they have tried to do, so they try to mimic the Great Barrier Reef with a similar set of corals and the sea creatures and the fishes that you see at the Great Barrier Reef. So it's a wonderful experience, and you can check my pictures, but if you actually go there, so that will give you more a real life feeling how the underwater Pacific Ocean is. And as I went inside, so there was a separate chamber for penguins. So it's very beautiful, and it's very much entertaining, mainly for the kids. If you're traveling with kids, so they will like a lot. So there are like one ride available, so it takes around 4 passengers. So it will take you inside one chamber where, I mean, penguins will actually, literally, you can shake your hands with penguins, and you will find a lot of information about penguins there. So the guide will demonstrate, and penguins can really swim and run fast, and so you will see the live demonstration about the lifestyle of penguin, so that is very much enjoyable. So it took me around 1.5 hours to cover the entire Sea Aquarium. And there are many places where you can stop for taking photos, selfie, groovy, different entertainment options are there inside. And outside the Sea Aquarium, there is a cafeteria, so where you can have your refreshment, you can take rest, and before you go to your next destination. So on that day, I had very short time. So my next destination was Bondi Beach. So Bondi Beach, as you know, is the iconic sea beach at the eastern side of Australia, and it is a world famous sea beach, and it's popular for many reasons. It's a very beautiful semi-lunar beach, and there are rocky hills around. And you would have heard about the TV show around early 2000 called Bondi Rescue. So it was a very popular TV show. so that featured Bondi Beach. So it was my next destination. So for getting there to Bondi Beach, so what I did, again I walked down to the nearest metro station, St. James, and from there I took a direct train to Bondi station. So once you get down at Bondi station, so you will see a huge crowd, okay, and all of them are, I mean 90% of them are going towards Bondi Beach. So what you have to do once you get out of the Bondi station, so you have to wait for the bus. So there are frequent buses in every 5 minutes. There will be a bus to Bondi, and so once the bus comes again, you can tap in your Opal card, and so you don't have to really worry about the destination. You don't have to ask around because all the passengers are going to the same destination. So, and once I reached Bondi Beach, the view was breathtaking. And to be very honest, you can literally spend the full day here at Bondi Beach, and there are many things to do. You can just walk down to the beach, and you can, if you are carrying a towel, you can just lay down there, sun soak yourself. If you are adventurous and if you want to surf, so you can go for surfing, because Australian sea is ideal for surfing. And if you're not carrying any surfing gear, so it's not a problem at all, because near to Bondi Beach, I mean just adjacent to Bondi Beach, there are many clubs, so that will you can rent surfing gear from there, and you can surf for the whole day. And but be mindful, because Bondi Beach, it's a high tide beach, and it has a lot of underlying current. So if you are not a good swimmer, please don't do this. And even if you are in trouble, so there are lifeguards always there. They are having strict check if somebody is in trouble. But in case you are not a good swimmer, it is not recommended to try swimming at Bondi Beach. But definitely you can just go relax yourself, and there are so many things to do. And as I mentioned, that it is surrounded by rocky hills, so you can do trekking. So you can just climb up to any nearby hill and see the beautiful. And if you have still energy left, so you can take a walk from one corner of Bondi to the other corner. So that will be around, I think, 3 kilometers minimum. So it's worth it. I mean, whatever you do, I mean, whatever time you spend at Bondi Beach, so it will be memorable in your life. And so there are a lot of shacks available near to Bondi Beach, so you can buy any famous Australian beer, and you can just enjoy there. And it's very chilled out place, okay, and you will see a lot of things happening around. But be careful about pickpocketers, and since it is Australia, right? So people always tend to enjoy there, okay, so it's full of life. So sometimes maybe there will be groups who are drunk, and don't get into any argument and brawl with someone. So just enjoy and come back. So just next to Bondi Beach, where actually the bus dropped you, so there is a club. So they have one infinity pool, and so that is literally a true infinity pool, and where the swimming pool water is getting mixed with the sea water. So whenever there is any wave coming from the sea, and that is directly mixing with the swimming pool water, and if you love swimming, so that's the place you cannot afford to miss. For example, my wife is a good swimmer, and after looking at the infinity pool video, she has made me to promise for one Australia trip with her. And to be very frank, and that is really cheap. I mean, that club, the entry fee is around 5 to 7 Australian dollar. So if you convert to Indian currency, so that comes around 250 to 350 rupees. So having that cost, I mean, if you the experience that you get, I mean, it's unparalleled. So definitely it's a try. I mean, if you go to Bondi Beach, so enter to the club, and if you are a good swimmer, so definitely you should feel that experience. So it was already a tiring day for me, because I started very early in the morning. So I came to Sydney, so I met my friend, and then Westfield Tower, and from there Darling Harbour, Sea Aquarium, then again Bondi Beach. So I was completely exhausted, and I had to go back because my journey was, even return journey was long towards Newcastle. So again I took a train to Sydney Central, and from Sydney Central again I took a train to Newcastle line, and then it was again 2 hours journey. I came back to my hotel. And I could speak for a whole day if I had to speak about Bondi Beach. But my idea was to give you some overview about Bondi Beach, the activities that you should not miss, the attraction, and how do you actually get there in a cheap and convenient way. And I hope you like that video. So the next day I will come up with a new video, so here I will talk about some of the Sydney city tours. So I will take you to Opera House, and from Opera House again we'll come back to Circular Quay, and from there we'll take a ferry. So I'll explain you about the ferry rides, what are the different types of ferry. So we'll take you to one desolate beach called Manly Beach, and after we complete Sydney city tour I will talk about one outskirt place called Terrigals, and also I will tell you from where you can do cheap shopping at Australia. So friends, if you have liked this video, so please like, comment, share your opinion, and also subscribe, because we'll come up with new travel videos in this channel, so which I believe you will definitely like. So thank you, see you again in the next video. Take care.